Stretching is a waste of your time. And now in saying that, I don't mean that there's no value in stretching. What I mean is that the act of stretching as a means to increase your long-term flexibility is totally worthless. Many studies have found that the effects of stretching really only last somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes. So that hour-long stretch session at the stretch lab isn't doing a whole lot for you. It also takes upwards of 2 minutes to create soft tissue changes in the muscle and the fascia. So holding a stretch for any less, again, really isn't doing a whole lot for you. Now, one place where there is some value in stretching, believe it or not, is within the warm-up. You've probably heard it a million times that static stretching prior to training or playing is going to leave you weaker and slower. But that's not really the case necessarily. Most of those studies were based on stretches that were held for a ridiculously long amount of time, and it's going to leave you less powerful for a few reasons other than just the stretching. That being said, one thing that stretching is really good at is getting blood flow to the muscles. So when you warm up, you want to do your general warm up into your dynamic stretching, and then you want to get on the ground and actually do a couple stretches. Now, these stretches are only going to be held for like 2 to 3 seconds at a time. And what that's going to do is help to increase the pliability of the tissue and deliver more blood flow to those areas. So if you're going to squat, deadlift, or sprint, it would do you some good to like maybe rocking frog stretches, half kneeling stretches, Spider-Man's, pigeon stretches, 90-90s, things like that are going to get blood flow to those working muscles. And like I said, in addition to that, it's going to make the tissue more pliable so you'll be able to get more depth. And that becomes really important because flexibility is really a byproduct of your mobility, and your mobility is really a byproduct of your strength. Your flexibility is going to be dictated by that mobility, and your mobility is a result of your in-range of motion strength. So if I can increase that mobility, like short term, by increasing my flexibility, I'm going to get into a position where I can achieve more depth and get stronger at those in ranges of motion, which is going to increase my mobility, which is going to increase my flexibility. Wild, right? So long duration static stretching isn't going to do a whole lot for you in the long run, but you can include some very short stretches into your warm-up that can have some drastic impacts on your flexibility long term.